Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guests today are from the upcoming Metro Marching Band Classic. Carol Vister visits almost every year at this time. Carol, welcome.
Thank you for having us.
And Seth Hoffman, also from the organizing committee. Seth, nice to have you.
Yeah, glad to be here.
So for those who don't know, now I don't know how you could live in the Cedar Rapids area and not know about the Marching Band Classic, but this is year 17, yeah?
Try 27.
Try 27. Okay, I got. I knew I had a 7 in there someplace. 27 years.
Yep.
And it's special because it's, if you ever would like to see the marching bands, but they all go in different directions every Saturday when they do their contests or, of course, all their different football games. Here's the opportunity to see everybody.
All in one place. And you basically get to see the finest of them all, music-wise, and it's a wonderful evening of fine music, very relaxing, and the students as well have an opportunity to see each other's performances.
Well, that's the other thing. Usually, when they do their contests, they march, they do the show, and then sometimes hang around for their rating, but sometimes not. Sometimes they are on the bus going to the next show. Next contest, because sometimes they do 2 a day. So it's a chance for both moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas and friends, but also the kids to see each other's performances.
Because a lot of times, because of the two different levels of some of the schools, they don't compete against each other. So the smaller schools have their smaller, if you want to say, their level of competitions, where the bigger schools have their level of competition. So this is an opportunity for all of them to see each other's performances, which is great.
And Seth, your students are in the Linn-Mar district?
I've got 2 at the high school and then 1 as a 7th grader at Oak Ridge. So
now, did you play an instrument or do marching band or anything when you were in school?
I did. I'm a graduate of Cedar Rapids, Jefferson.
Okay.
I always like to, my little, I guess, trivia fact, if you will, is I actually participated in the first 7 of these when it was the Indoor Marching Band Classic. The first 3 in high school, and then 4 as a member of the Iowa State Marching Band.
So, has it changed a little from the marching bands from when you remember it in school?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, aside from the obvious, we're outdoors instead of indoors, which I think is great. I mean, I think, thinking back to when we did that, indoors was fun, but it presented its own different challenges, and it didn't really give you a chance to see what everybody could do because they're trying to condense things down onto a third of its size. But I don't know, these kids just seem so much more talented, and they do so much more than what we did in a high school marching band.
Well, that was the kind of the idea behind the question is how much more involved these shows have gotten.
Yes.
In the past couple of decades.
Absolutely. They're much more challenging. They're incorporating. They're making the they're making the wind and the percussionists do sort of choreographed movement. I've always joked if I had to do that, I might have rethought, my place in marching bands. So, but it adds such a different element to it, and I really do enjoy it.
Well, we call it marching, but it is much dancing and choreography.
Oh, absolutely.
as it is anything else.
And some schools bring props, and I mean sometimes their sets are huge. I mean, it's like watching literally a theatrical production, which is beautiful to watch.
And Seth, you remarked that you marched for Iowa State, and Iowa State is our guest band.
They are.
Because there's always a college band that is involved too.
Yeah. I really enjoyed my time there. I'm glad for them to come back. It's always a little interesting, again, to see how even that organization has changed over, because I'd hate to admit it, it's been 20 some odd years since it was in that organization. And that's a lot different and a lot more challenging, I think, than what I did back in the late 90s, early 2000s.
This is also an opportunity for students who are currently in high school marching band to see their friends who graduated a year or 2 ago marching in the college band, which is why you all change them out, rotate amongst the 3 public universities.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. And that way moms and dads can have the opportunity as well that are local within the Cedar Rapids, Marion, to basically come in. And what we normally do is we invite the parents to come in around 3:30 when they normally do their rehearsal. And then after that, they have the opportunity to basically go and visit with their sons or their daughters before the actual performance starts at 6 o'clock. So it gives them a great opportunity.
That's right, because they're bussing them in and bussing them out.
Kind of.
No time to go out for pizza with Grandpa and Grandma because
afraid not.
They're back on the bus and headed back to campus immediately thereafter. So, Carol, you've seen a few of these
Yes, I have.
over the years.
19 of them to be exact.
Yeah. And, of course, we talked about how the shows have gotten, much more involved. Sometimes it seems like, the students have to put more effort into it because there's a lot more to it. What do you think, as a perspective of a parent whose students have now been out for a few years, what do you think your kids got out of marching band when they did it?
I in all fairness to my 3 children that were part of marching band, is they got discipline. They got the sense of camaraderie and basically learning music in such a way that has helped them throughout their studies as well as now as being adults.
Well, we always talk about the research that shows that students who play music or sing, that it helps them in math.
Absolutely.
And I don't know. Seth, what was your major in college?
Chemical engineering.
Okay, so and you were a band kid.
Yep, I was.
And you probably a lot of math.
Yeah, absolutely.
and you survived the experience.
Yes,
so.
Lived to tell the tale.
Yeah. You want to no spoilers, but I'm guessing you've seen the Linn-Mar show a couple of times.
I have. I've gotten a chance to see it a few times.
Give us a little preview.
I'm partial. It is the title's Evangeline, a New Orleans story. They run the gamut. You'll hear When the Saints Come Marching In. You'll hear Evangeline from The Princess and the Frog. And then they end with, if you're familiar with the recent Broadway musical Hadestown, Wait for Me. Mm-hmm. So again, do a great job. All the schools do. Got to see over the last couple weekends. I've seen Washington. They do a great show on artificial intelligence. If AI were to generate music. I've seen Xavier's is doing, I think, Les Miserables.
Les Miserables, music of. Mm-hmm.
Jefferson's, I don't remember Jefferson's show name. Jefferson's is very good. Definitely like the end. Very theatrical. I've noticed that the last several years. Jefferson does a very nice, very theatrical show. Haven't had a chance to see Marion or Kennedy or Prairie that I can recall. So, and I think that covers all of them.
Yep, I saw Marion and Prairie a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
I announced the Marion marching band invitation.
Oh,
and same story. Yeah, mm-hmm. So so much theatrics, so many instruments, and the students just do a spectacular job of completely buying into every aspect of the performance.
Absolutely.
That's the thing I love the most, when you can see that they really, really enjoy what they're doing and enjoy doing it at such a high level. Mm-hmm. It's the Metro Marching Band Classic coming up on the 14th, yes?
That's correct, of
Monday
October.
the 14th, okay.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully the weather will be good to us, which at this stage of the game, it looks very good. That'll be a wonderful evening of marching band. If not, we will then postpone it till the following Monday, which will be October the 21st.
Well, we hope the weather holds, but if it rained, that would be a good thing for lots of people. So, and there's a rain date, so we win either way, right?
That's right, exactly.
How do we get tickets?
Very simple. You go online, and our online tickets are at the Metro Marching Band Classic.ludus.com. They will be available until 5 o'clock the day of the event. At 5:30, when the gates open, we will have gate tickets for sale as well. But at the gate, it'll be cash only.
And we're at Kingston this year.
We're at Kingston Stadium this year.
Because I know you bounce between the different stadiums.
We
too.
do. And just for your knowledge, the performance order of our high schools this year will be Xavier will start off at 6:30, followed by Marion, Washington, Prairie, John F. Kennedy, Jefferson, and then end with Linn-Mar this year.
And then the Iowa State.
The Iowa State, yes. Yeah. We will have the Iowa State at the beginning. We will have our color guard from the Marion Post 298 who will come and do the colors. And then we will have the Iowa State kind of do a little pre-show starting at 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
And then they will also, to honor our seniors, will then at that have our seniors stand up in the stands, and they will perform America the Beautiful in honor of our seniors this year. and then obviously the Star Spangled Banner once our color guard have done their colors.
Well, it's just always a great time, as I said, to see all the schools in action all together. And also, it usually times out that the weather is pretty good, too, so that you can see everybody.
Over the years, once or twice we had to delay, but you know what? It looks, at this stage of the game, it looks very good.
Yeah. Well, Carol, always a pleasure to have you on the show. Seth, great to have you here as well.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for being here. Again, it's the Metro Marching Band Classic, Monday, October 14th, at gates at 6.
It starts at 6, but gates will open at 5:30.
Gates at 5:30. And again, mention that e-commerce site again if people want advance tickets.
Absolutely. It's known as the online tickets at metromarchingbandclassic.ludus.com. And Ludus is LUDUS.com.
Okay. Well, fingers crossed for a great evening of weather and music, and thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio most weekdays at 10:30, on demand at kcck.org/culture, or subscribe using your favorite podcast player. Watch our videos on the KCCK Facebook and YouTube channels. Our producer is Lydia Kilgore. The Culture Crawl theme is composed by Vivian Shanley. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.